Hi everyone, how you guys doing? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone. Thank you for joining this special webinar of today. So no matter where you are right now, I appreciate your support and your appetite of learning. So let's start by actually checking, whether you can hear my voice loud and clear. If you can hear my voice loud and clear, type the word yes on the chat box right now so I know all of you here can hear my voice. Hi Mark, hi Teck Meng Ho, hi Serene. Okay, all right, good to see you guys again. So, and are you guys ready for now? Well, so yes, I think that a lot of you here actually okay, some of you actually just attended my live event just now, right? The FB Live. Yeah, now here I am again, talk to you again. So, but now we're talking about different topic of today. All right, so and today we're going to talk about 5 ways to close the quarter strong, right? So time really flies, doesn't it? Right, I say that now we're already reaching the end of October. So, which means that we're already in the fourth quarter of 2020, right? Not so long ago, it's just like feel like after New Year right now, now already reached the end of the year already, right? So now we're in the fourth quarter, and then we're 1 month past already. So it just leaves us like around 2 months, before we transit to the next year, which is 2021, right? So, and of course, we normally, a lot of us here actually, we set a goal during the early of the year, right? So it's a great time, to actually check in and then to actually realize, how much, or just to have an update, how much we have already achieved on our goals that we set for ourselves earlier. Right? How many of you here almost achieving your goal already? Right? Type the word yes. I want to see who you are. Almost achieving, maybe 80%. Yeah, you're almost there. Type the word yes. I want to see who you are. Okay, I see Ben Au, David. Wow, Carol Tan is good. Yeah, Maria. I see Maria here. Okay, so which means that it's pretty great year for you. And then some of you say not yet, right? Okay, so and then of course now we are not in the last month of 2020 yet, right? So we are now in October, so we still have 2 months here. So, and a lot of people actually asking, what can we do, on this roughly around 2 to 3 months here to maximize these 3 months? That's what this webinar is all about today. So to help us to close the quarter strong. So this prepared us for 2021, right? So if we close the quarter strong, which means that we actually make a lot of progress. Yeah, during these 2 months here, I would say that you can actually have more confidence and more energy to bring forward on to 2021, and then to set a new goal, a new plan moving forward. Right, I know that this year 2020 is not the most pleasant year ever. So, and of course, a lot of uncertainty, especially the pandemic and then the economy situation. Right, this leave a lot of people feel worried and what to expect. Also, what to expect on 2021, right? So let's worry about 2021 later, right? So because now is not the end of the year yet. So maybe there's something we can do right now to actually fill up back the certain shortfall that we didn't actually completed for the last 3 quarters for this year. So maybe we can actually do something about it, right? So, and how do we actually conduct this webinar here? For some of you are very new to this. So the chat box right now on your right hand side is where you're going to communicate to me, and you can actually type something that I can see. That's how I communicate with you, because I cannot see you via your webcam. So that's the only way I can interact with you. Okay, so in order to benefit from this webinar here, first of all, I would like you to actually get your butter chart ready, right? So how many of you here already get your butter chart ready? It's good. So if you haven't, let me share with you the link here on the screen. I'm going to show you on the screen right now. This is the link that you actually need to click on it, and then you can plot your chart, right? All you need to do is just to key in your year and date of birth, and then you're good to go, right? So this is required right? Because a lot of our so-called knowledge I'm going to share with you actually related to your parts chart, right? Because it's who you are, right? And how do you actually maximize this the last 2 to 3 months in 2020? Okay, all right. So once you have this here, let me just give you some background about myself first, because some of you are very new here. My name is Iverson Lee. Just in case you don't know why you're joining this webinar, right? My name is Iverson Lee. I'm a consultant, instructor, and speaker from Joey Up Consulting Group. Okay, so this what I do here is I learn Chinese metaphysics subjects, and I use this knowledge to put into use on my daily life. And then when I see results, and now my part of my job here is to actually deliver this knowledge to everyone that I came across to. Like, I'm a consultant, I can actually consult others and also teach this subject as well. So this webinar here is, I designed this webinar here today is to help all of you here, especially you are new to this, to get to know this subject here better. So, and hopefully, yeah, you can actually apply some of the things you're going to learn today and see result instantaneously. Yeah, wouldn't it be good? Right? So, and some of you here are already expert, right? Which means that you're a seasoned practitioner. So I can say that you can use this as a, I would say, a refresh, so-called, you can actually, maybe you can recall back some of the things you already know, hopefully can actually inspire you. We have new ideas, what to do in your life as well. So, and how do we start this here is, let me just tell you, right? So what is the objective of today's webinar here? Today, we're going to talk about 5 ways, right? 5 ways that I think is important for you to get back on track. Because I know that some of you here, okay, hold on. Yeah, someone actually mentioned the volume is low, is it? I think I already switched on to the max. So can you guys hear me now? Is the volume, is it still very soft? Okay, I need to know, because someone just commented on the chat box, say that the volume is soft. Can you guys hear me or not? If you can hear me loud and clear, type the word yes. Okay, all right. A lot of, okay, loud and clear. Okay, it's good. For some of you here, if the volume is not clear on your side, yeah, probably you need to check on your speaker or the line. Sometimes you actually affect the volume. Okay, all right, cool. So since most of you here can hear me loud and clear, I shall continue. So how do we do this here? Since there are 5 ways, so let me just share with you the first one. Yeah, the first one here. Before I actually doing that, I just to let you know, a lot of people are already asking this question. Yeah, will 2021 a great year or not? Yeah, a lot of people asking this question. Right, so let me start with this note here by telling you 2021 actually is not a great year. That is not a great year. Yeah, to start. Yeah, what a way to start a webinar, right? By telling you something negative. But the thing here is, but if you know Chinese metaphysics, right, you know what is happening, yeah, you know what to do, then you can actually turn a bad year become a great year for you. Yeah, that's the whole purpose you're learning Chinese metaphysics, right? You learn Bazi, you learn Qimeng, is so you can actually make sure every year is a great year for you. Yeah, that is the whole purpose of it. So that one is next year, right? But on this webinar here, we're going to talk about the next few months here. So I'm going to talk about October. I'm going to talk about November and December, right? Because this one we categorize as the 4th quarter of the year. So how do we do this here is, let's start with the first one, right? So how many of you here committed to make 4th quarter is the best year ever? Type the word yes right now. Okay, all right. So cool. Good to know that. Yeah, so all of you are committed. So let me show you the first step. Right, this is the first step here on the screen right now. Okay, the first one is the most important. Let me show you the first one. Okay, so this is the 5 ways to close the quarter strong. So the first one here, this is the most important of all, is don't hope it will be better. You might ask, right, Iverson, yeah, what is this? Right? Is it means that, is it mean it's a very negative statement, right? So actually it's not. Yeah, let me explain to you why this is very important. right? How do you actually make improvement, such an impact within these 3 months here? Is you don't hope it will become better, because it never will. Right, so a lot of people always hope, right? Things will become back to the usual, or hope that everything will go away. No, because no matter what you hope or what you wish, you cannot create results, right? So you must make sure it become better first. Yeah, this is the first decision you need to actually tell yourself, right? I know that why, because this one sometimes we do it unconsciously. Do you actually sometimes you're aware that all of us have an inner conversation, right? We wish this thing will go away soon. We wish thing will come. We're back to the old way it used to be. Yeah, now I want to tell you that don't hope, don't wish. Yeah, this is the first step, right? So the moment you don't hope, you don't wish, it will become better. Then automatically you take action. You will actually have your own responsibility to actually make things become better. So not hoping, but you, right? You decide to make things better. So have you decided to make things better or not? Right? So you need to make a decision first, right? So a lot of time people don't get what they want because they don't even decide in the first place, right? Some people, they say they want to become wealthy and they haven't actually decided to become wealthy, right? So make that decision first. So I want you to do it consciously here, because if you don't do it consciously, you keep checking on your chart. Okay, when is a great year will come? Or then you check, then later on you discover only 5 years from now, and then become depressed, right? So you put yourself in a victim position. So now don't, right? So let's assume things will not become better right now, right? Then now you will ask yourself, what can I do, right, to become better? Don't you think this is important? So if you have that mindset of being proactive, you are in charge, you're responsible for your outcome in your life, then you can use your chart better in that way. Right? Otherwise, every time you see the chart, you become fearful. There's a clash, there's a punishment. Then you feel so small, like a lot of things beyond your control. Now is the time for you to switch this first. Otherwise, I tell you, even in the best year in your life, you're not able to create results. Yeah, because you're on a waiting mode. Right? So right now, what I'm trying to tell you here is don't wait things happen to you. You going to make things happen. Right? So don't let things happen to you. Right? A lot of people we on a waiting mode. We don't like that, right? So the reason you learn Chinese metaphysics is to inspire you to take action. So your Bazi chart actually is a action plan, right? How many of you here actually see your Bazi chart is an action plan, right? How do you know you truly maximize your Bazi chart? It's very simple, right? If you're able to convert the information you read from the Bazi chart into a action plan, then you're successful, right? A lot of people ask, right, how do I know I'm a good Bazi user? Right, so I just told you, right? Do you able to convert information into action or not? Yeah, this is a missing link to a lot of people. A lot of time people read the chart. Yeah, every time people read the chart and then they see something they don't like, then they feel depressed. They tell everyone, then nothing happened, right? So the thing here is, if you are not going to convert, right, all the information into an action plan, then you better don't read the chart, right? You're wasting your time, right? You better you don't know it even, right? So therefore, that is the part you actually need to tell yourself, commit to do it every single day. Every time you look at the chart, must tell yourself, what can I learn from this? What can I do about it? Then you see that, then your focus will be focused on solution, because the same chart can be a problematic chart and could be a solution chart. So which one is more real to you right now? Yeah, this is important, So a lot of people think, right, in order to use Bazi better, I must know everything about the chart, all the information. Let me tell you, you won't able to learn everything. There's so many information outside, right? So the thing here is, do you able to actually make use of it or not, based on what you know? So that is the trick of using Bazi. Right, so let's start this with like doing a simple testing here. If I ask you to describe your Bazi chart, most of the time, do you see more problems in the chart or do you see solution? Type it in the chat box right now. I want to know how you see your chart. I know. Okay, so some of you here actually, they always come to me, Iverson, how come I got DE, I got clash, I got punishment, right? All those things, right? So, and Okay, some of you say you see a lot of stars. Okay, a good one. Right. So as you get to know, of course, I hope I can guide you here to see the chart better. So a lot of time here, I know a lot of you here don't know how to see, right? But eventually going to learn this as well. So therefore, you need to actually get with the right start. Right. If you see it as a solution, you see it as an opportunity, then the chart will make you become better. If you see it's a problem, then you become more fearful than before, then it's not going to be beneficial for you. So you better as well if you don't read it in the first place. Right. Okay. I know that a lot of you here don't know how to interpret yet. Don't worry. Right. We're going to actually go through, and if some of you want to learn more about parts, you can feel free to visit our Facebook, our YouTube. Right. Like my YouTube, I released like the Power Up Your 10-Day Master. Right. That one actually is for beginner. So for you to understand each of the day master, it's not a very long video. So it's easier for someone that don't like to actually watch a long movie. It's a condensed version of each of the day master. How many of you here watch that Power Up Your Day Master series? Yeah, you watch it on YouTube. Yeah, if you're a beginner, then you actually can watch it. So this one is free, right? You can actually watch it on YouTube. You can actually increase your parts knowledge. Yeah, on that. Is for some of you are very new here, that one would be a great place to start. Yeah, so and right now, okay, good. Yeah, I see some. Okay, some of you say miss it, then you can actually don't worry. It's always there all the time, right? So it's give you more insights about each of the day master. All right. Okay, cool. So now once you know this part here, I think you're ready, right? You're ready to actually do something, because a lot of time people decide on something, they think they're making a decision, but little of us know that a true decision is not making a decision. A true decision is about taking action, right? Action must be attached to your decision, right? If you're making a decision but you didn't follow with action, that one is not considered a decision. Okay. All right. So that's the first point here, right? So nothing will change. You can hear this webinar here for like 10 times, 100 times, nothing will change, right? Even regardless what type of chart you have, if you do nothing, means there are no result. They always what? Cause and effect, right? So now, do you agree with me when I say that if you want to create results, great results in your life, you need to work on the cause instead of the effect of the thing, right? Because the cause is the one that create the end result, right? But a lot of time, people want to portray an image that they're successful. So a lot of time, people focus on portraying the results. Like they take in the Instagram, they take a photo in the Instagram to show them they actually have a nice car, a nice home, a great relationship. So, but maybe in the real life, they are not like that, right? So they're busy portraying the effect. But yet some people, every day, they keep focusing on working on the cause. Right? So this is the first question you ask yourself, right? Every day you look at your schedule, are you really working on the cause, or you busy portraying by looking good to everyone? This is something very important. If you when you work in a course, sometimes it's not something that maybe it could be boring as well. It could be mundane. There no one recognize you for that period of time. But when you do it consistently, that's how the great result coming, right? So when you're working on a course, no one like tap the shoulder and your back telling you, hey, you did a great job, So a lot of time you not even get recognition or assurance that you're going to the right way. Yeah, but you still persist doing it. How do you have that confidence, persist doing it? It's one of the way here is when you learn about your path, you know your life path, you know that is the direction you should go, right? Just to share with you on my background here, some of you probably already knew about this. Prior to what I'm doing right now, I was a programmer. Right? You know what is a programmer do, right? They sit on the screen writing codes, right? So the nature of that work is very different from what I'm doing right now. Don't you think so? As a programmer, you're not required to speak in front of everyone, right? You just look at the screen and then you're typing codes. And I would say that if the only thing I'm able to converse or initiate a conversation, maybe it's a monitor screen. I keep talking to a monitor screen, right? Because the whole day I'm sitting in front coding, right? But right now, what I'm doing right now is totally different. I'm a speaker. I need to talk to people like all of you here, right? So, and also I'm doing consulting as well. So there are so many things that dealing with people, public speaking, all those things. Don't you think it's a very contradicting nature, right? So how do I pull this through, right? You might ask, right? Is it means that the moment I decide, I decided to pursue this path, everything will working well for me smoothly, and I'm ready on day one? Of course not. right? So there will be a transition. So, but the transition is really, really hard, right? Because I feel uncomfortable. Think about this, a programmer that I didn't need to talk to people, and then suddenly you ask me to stand on the stage and talk to the audience, right? So at that time, I'm actually freaking out, right? So I have a shaking, my knees is shaking, I have a sweaty palms, don't know what to do. But what actually bring me to, or give me the energy to persist and to continue to do this is tough is because I actually catch a glimpse on my Pater chart. This is something I can actually pursue. It's something inside me. Yeah, it's my own DNA, right? So that one is that's the one because it's very hard because I still remember when the first time I actually speak on stage, right? Then one of my teammate, he actually record my the 30-minute session when I'm talking to the audience on stage. And after the first presentation, right, after it's over, I'm glad it's over. Although it's 30 minutes, it feels like forever to me. So once I'm glad it's over, then I talk to my teammate who record my session, and then I ask him, how do I do just now? Right? Do I look good? Then he say, okay, for beginner, then I would say that it's average. Okay, it's fine, right? It's the first time I can accept that. Then after that, I being actually assigned to do another speaking engagement 2 weeks from that time, 2 weeks apart. So I have more time to prepare that time. I plan everything, I practice in the mirror every single day. And then the second time I go on stage, I ask the same teammate to record me as well. And then after I do it, I feel pretty confident. Then I ask my teammate, how do I do just now? And then he didn't actually reply me. He feel a bit reluctant to tell me. Then I say, come on, just be honest with me. Then he say, Iverson, he told me this, I still remember clearly. He said that actually your first speaking engagement are much better than the second one. Yeah, it's killing me inside. The first speaking engagement, actually I didn't prepare much. But the second engagement, I'm more prepared, I'm more ready. But yet, my teammate actually telling me my first performance are way better than the second one. Yeah, so how do you feel? Yeah, I feel maybe I'm not cut to do this, right? So, but the thing that keep me forcing me to go through without giving up is when I look at the chart, that I discover that, these are something that I can do, right? It's aligned to my nature. So therefore, that portion here that not to give up is a lot of credit got to do with this, the Pater chart. Right. So, and some of you learn Pater, right? Then you might say, right, what are the elements I'm looking at in my chart? I'm looking at a few things here. One is a sin metal. Yeah, sin metal represent the speaking element, and then also hurting officer. So I go through that. Yeah. So even your chart, you discover you have those talent, you still need time to do it, right? So I can hope, right? I can. The other approach is I can hope. I can ask, right, when I can become better. Since my chart got this element, the answer is no. You won't become better, until you do something about it, right? So now, even your chart, someone told you your chart is a wealthy chart, you won't become wealthy until you do something about it. Yeah, therefore, that's why the first point here I just told you just now is about don't hope you become better. Yeah, so the next quarter, so what are you going to do right now? Since you know it's not going to become better, you're going to take massive action, right? So first thing here, is about massive action, that you need to take. Don't you agree? Everything we want in life, let's say you want to become wealthy, you want to become healthier, you want to enjoy a great relationship. People always ask me this question, Iverson, how do I become more wealthier? Right? So my answer is very simple. I always tell them, if you want to become wealthy, do what a wealthy people do. Make sense? Right? If you want to become healthy, observe what the healthy people do in their lifestyle, follow. Yeah, that's the thing. There's a massive action, right? So that's a direction for you. So this is the thing that I always tell people, right? So sometimes life here is not that hard, right? It's very easy one, right? So if you want to know the secret to a long-lasting relationship, look at those people that are already living it. Yeah, ask them, how they think. Yeah, that is the one you're going to do it. So therefore, the Pater chart, let's say you know that, okay, I don't know anyone yet, but the Pater chart can show you that. So therefore, I like to always look at the Pater chart to tell me what I should do, right? That's the part. So now, I think all of you here right now are ready to do something. right? Even I don't know what you want to do, but at least you know that, action are required, because when you actually take action, you're working at the cost. Keep working at the cost, right? Keep working. So one of the best advice I actually received from one of my mentors, he told me that every time you take action, he told me, Iverson, every time you take action, after you completed your action, you forget about it. And then I asked him why, because then he explained to me a lot of time, whenever people take action, they need feedback. They need to see results on day one. That's why they're giving up. So he told me, Iverson, from today onwards, every time you take action to do something, after you finish doing it, forget about it. If you forget about it, you don't actually look forward to check whether it got results or not, because he told me that a lot of results doesn't come on day one. It will come after 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. Yeah, that's how success are created. This is what he told me. Right? So I actually benefit a lot from my mentor advice. So therefore, he told me that this is the thing I should do. And then this principle here did me to do what I'm doing right now. And so this is the same thing I'm telling all people. Whenever someone want to get some advice, this is what I tell them. Yeah, it's not that hard. Right? So now, once we know this, then the second part is very important. Strategy. Yeah, strategy, right? So now you're committed to take action. But if your strategy is wrong, then is doesn't bring you anywhere. Don't you think so? I don't care how confident and committed you are. If you're running to the east looking for a sunset, you won't able to find it. Agree? Right? If you take action in the wrong direction, it only brings you to the wrong direction faster. So therefore, the first part here is about realization. The second part here is about what? It's about having the right strategy, right? So now, therefore, let me show you the second part that okay, this is the one here I'm talking about. The first one here is don't hope, right? To become better. The second part here, you want to know where's the wealth source for this fourth quarter, or the strategy. Okay, so this is a strategy part. The first one here is about awareness, to give you the energy to take action. Right now, we move on to the strategy part, right? Because you see, the fourth quarter here is not a very long time, right? Because we already almost finished October already. October is almost end. So this leaves us to 2 months remaining, 2 months. So what can we do here, right? So don't worry, although it's not a lot of time, but we still can do something, right? Don't we? So how do we actually do this here is I want to show you a screen here. I think some of you beginner, you don't actually phase out. If you feel it's too overwhelming, it doesn't matter. I just show you the chart. Yeah, I'm not requiring you to understand it, right? So what I shown on the chart right now is this part here. Let me draw something. This one is the element for 2020 is this year. And then this is the fourth quarter. Right, so this is a fourth quarter here. So it's indicate October, the month of November, and then the month of December. Around cool? Because now it's no point we talk about first, second, and third quarter, right? It's already over, right? So now we focus on the fourth quarter. So I'm using the month element, and then I compare this with the 3 months here. Everyone okay so far? Right? You need to understand what's the element inside, doesn't matter, right? So I just want to know these are the information we use. Yeah, when we actually apply Chinese metaphysics. So each of this block here, there are different elements inside, right? And then this element here tell you certain energy available on those months. And so the more we understand on it, then we can take certain action or certain right action or right strategy to benefit from this opportunity. Yeah, so these are the thing here, right? So I know that a lot of people will say, okay, right, February 4th is a demarcation. Yeah, it's fine, right? So why I didn't include January here? Because we are talking about fourth quarter. Okay. Yeah, fourth quarter to a lot of people is October, November, and December, right? Because January is already 1 month almost transit to the next year already. So I wouldn't include that in. Okay, so now are you okay with October, November, and December? Right? Are you okay with this? All right, okay, cool. So now once we actually identify this, then we can do some analysis on this chart here. So now now we are in October right now, right? So we are in, let me see whether I can draw something. Okay, let me draw something. Now we are at this October right now. Yeah, October right now, right? So October is a metal month, right? It's a metal month. So, and then as it progresses to November and December, because October is the end of autumn. So we're going to actually kickstart the winter very soon. So therefore, you look at this chart here, the water element will be very strong, because when it reach cross over to the month of November and December, these 2 months here is already winter. Okay, so this is how the Bazi actually use the technique to actually analyze the strength of the elements. So if you see this, we are almost in the winter month. Why not you tell me which element is the strongest right now? Because now we end of autumn. Autumn is metal is very strong, right? End of autumn, now we transited to winter. In winter, which element is the strongest? Yeah, give it a try. Type it in the chat box right now. Which element is the strongest in winter? Okay, all right. So water, right? So water is the strongest, right? Yes, correct. So then you might ask, right? Then every year, of course, November, December, water also strong, right? Why? So what is so different on this year? So let me tell you why it's different, right? Because this year is the year of rat. You see here, year of rat, right? So this year, water already very strong. Right? The whole year water element already very strong. So don't you think when you go through water month again, the water will be 10x? So I know that every year also November, December is winter month, right? But this year is different. This is a super strong winter here. So therefore, the water element here is super strong during October, November, and December month. So, and because every year also got fourth quarter, but this year is very different. The water element is very strong. So like Cindy Lim say, he said that everyone will be super emotional in quarter 4. Yeah. So yeah, we see a lot of people are very emotional. Yeah, and a lot of things is happening right now, right? So it's very chaotic. So now we are in the month of October. Right? Month of October is here. So since now water is very strong, October month here is this pillar here is also an image of a volcano. Right. So just for you to know, ping sitting on the dock is an image of a volcano. So it's like explosive. So that's why you see that, in the winter you see a fire volcano. They are actually is exploded. What is the image trying to tell you? Yeah, it will be a very chaotic month, right? So that's why you see this month a lot of things like virus, this COVID-19. There'll be a new wave coming in and all those things. A lot of things are happening, which in fact, in my country right now, they actually implement, I would say, semi-lockdown right now. So a lot of things is actually happening. Because this is and you discover that not only this pandemic, you see a lot of chaotic happen. Maybe it's not in a larger scale. Yeah, maybe on your personal life, right? You see that a lot of people are very emotional. They make some, I would say, impulsive decision. A lot of the thing will happen in this month. Okay, in October. Yeah, just imagine a volcano. Yeah, is exploding, and then now it's in the winter some more, right? So it's a fire and water clash. So therefore, this month is a bit chaotic. So if you want to look at a smaller scale on yourself, so this month is a month that, you feel very stressed most of the time. And then some of you might feel a little bit depressed. I don't know what is going on. It's confusion, or you have too much thing to do. You don't know which one you need to attend. These are the month. Okay. But now, how do we make use of this information to convert into solution? Remember, we talk about all the time. And again, right? So some of you are very new here. This is not your Bazi chart. Yeah, this is the time. Yeah, is the year chart or the month chart. This one is not your own Bazi chart yet. Okay, so this one talking about the month. Each month also got an element. So how do we make use of this? So I think all of you here already know that these 3 months here will be very, very. I would say the water will be very, very strong. So and then how do we make use of this information? So let's talk about wealth opportunity first. So the moment water is strong, so which element that the moment you see water, the water represent your wealth? Earth element, right? Because earth control water, right? So since water is strong, it's very strong right now. So which element, the moment they see water, is the wealth element? Yeah, let me tell you, it's earth element. Why? Because earth always control water. Yeah, that's a key way. So don't you think these are the perfect month if you want to make money? If you have a wealth, earth element in your somewhere in your chart, it'll be good for you. Make sense? Right. So these are the things here. So and let me just write it down. Let me just draw it here for easy reference. So earth. Okay, maybe I use another color is easier. Hold on, give me. I use yellow color. Earth control water. So which means that any element that you control is wealth. Since now we know that right now this season here water is extremely strong because this month also a lot of this year also a water element. So don't you think if you use the earth, you see money, right? And then if you look at the chart here on the top, okay, let me use another thing here on the top right now. Do you realize that this is fire? Don't you think fire produce earth or not? Right? So this is also fire, you know. Don't you think fire also produce earth? And then December is the earth element itself also strengthen the earth. Do you see the hidden code here or not? This is like Da Vinci code, right? Really telling you here the earth is the element you should pay attention to. All right, so this is a trick, yeah, to see the chart. All right, how do you plan for every quarter? This is how you do it. So are you guys okay so far? Am I going a little bit technical here, or are you okay? Yeah, if it's too technical for you, I might need to actually make things more simple. Instead of explaining to you, I just tell you the answer. Are you guys okay so far? Okay, type in the chat box here. Yeah, because this will determine whether I'll go on a technical way or a more simple way. Okay, all of you here type okay, so means that I can continue. So right now at this stage here, I would say that the earth element is very important. So I know that what then is your chart got earth element or not? Right. So if you forget about this explanation here, it's fine. You're not missing out anything because the whole explanation just now is trying to tell you the earth element in this fourth quarter here, the earth element in your chart will represent wealth opportunities. Clear? Right? Because let's say you didn't understand every single thing I explained just now, it doesn't matter. Because I try to tell you in the end, the summary here is earth equal money for these 3 months here. Aaron, clear? So of course, the next logical step would be looking at your own chart. Right. So okay, I then Tuck say again, just want to know why October month is strong in water element. So it's because in every month, like November, December is the pink month and the red month, and pink and red is represent water. Okay, so that's why every November and December is strong water. Yeah, that the thing here is this year is different because this year also a water year, so it make the water even stronger. Okay, so now. Okay, let's back to our the identifying the wealth force here. So since now Earth is represent money for these 3 months, so now you check your own chart right now. Do you have this wealth Earth element or not? Check your chart right now. Okay, some of you say you have a lot. Okay, I'm going to give you some example here, so you can know how to actually do this. Okay. Okay, you see a chart here, right? So all you need to do is this. You just need to look at the chart to see whether it actually indicate is earth element. So for this chart here, you look at, do you realize that, I'm not sure whether you can see or not, this is an earth element. You see earth there, right? So, and then also there's another earth element is here. So there's a lot, right? So if you cannot see here, let me draw it out here. The earth element, there are only two. This is one, and then this is another one. Either yin earth or yang earth, right? So this is the one that you need to look at. So if you look at the sample chart here, okay, let me draw this. Let me clear this again. There are only two. Let me repeat. There are two earth elements. The first one is the yang earth. This is how it looks like. And then the second one here is the what? The yin earth, right? So the yin earth is like this. There are only two. So now is your job here is within this area, only this area, do you able to spot these two characters? Right? So if you look at this chart here, I can spot one here. I can spot another one is here. I also can spot another one is here. There are three for this person. So anywhere within the circle that I circled just now, you can actually identify this element. Okay, do it now. Do this exercise. Yeah, don't do it later. If not, you forget. Okay, all right, cool. So if you're able to do it, let me ask you, how many earth element you discovered in your barter chart? Type it in the chat box right now. Okay, some of you in the year and year, some of you in the month. Okay, all right, cool. So I think you know how to do it, right? Some of you have 4, some of you have 3. Wow, some of you have 7. Okay. Yeah, so let me tell you, this technique here only apply for this year, 4th quarter. Yeah, this is not a universal technique you apply on every year. No, right? Let me clarify this. Yeah, this technique here, what you will learn here is just to apply for this 4th quarter of 2020. Yeah, it doesn't applicable to the other time. It doesn't applicable for next year or the next 10 years. Okay, everyone clear on this? So there's now, I think you know how to actually you do this already. So in this 4th quarter, this earth element is your wealth element because it's seawater, right? Seawater represent wealth. So wealth opportunity. So then you might ask, how can I, what type of information I can derive from this? So let's say you want to have more understanding, you know, what is this all about? So now you already circle your earth element, right? So I want you to tell me, or you want to check, where is this earth element located? Is it in the year pillar, or is it in the month, or is it on the day, or is it on the hour? So for example, like this chart, how do you know each pillar? Actually, it's indicate at the top. You see this word here is a year on this, right? So this whole box here is a year pillar. Okay, so now let's look at the month. So you see the word month here. So this whole pillar is the month pillar. Okay. All right, how about the day? The same thing applies to the day. You see the word day. So this whole section here is the day pillar. And then finally, this leads us to the hour pillar. So this whole block here is hour pillar. So now you need to check where is your earth element resides in. So there are only 4 possibilities, right? Either in the year, the month, the day, or the hour. Whether it's on top or bottom doesn't matter. Okay, so do that right now. Okay, so Jashi say it's a year and hour. Okay, I think you get the gist here. All right, you know how to do this. So once you identify this, now I can tell you how to interpret the chart. Okay, some of you have all in the 4 pillars. Okay, all right. So now if you have 4, then it's cool, right? So you must do something already, right? So now what to do? Yeah, what to do now? So if your earth element appear in the year, right? Let's say you appear in the year pillar. So a year pillar talking about your wealth are coming through your network. So which means that your network is equivalent to your net worth, right? So what you need to do if you're in the year. So if you're in the year pillar, your earth element in the year pillar, there are one thing you need to do. You need to be available. to people. Okay, if someone asks you to connect with you, you need to be available to them, right? If someone asks for help, involve, right? It's about you need to be available to life. Yeah, if you say that I don't want to talk to anyone, don't actually involve me, then you might not able to take opportunities in terms of wealth for this fourth quarter. Yeah, the chart already telling you. Yeah, your wealth here is about who you know at this point of time. Yeah, meet people, be available to life. Yeah, only for these 3 months. Yeah, it's not that hard to do, right? So that's where you're going to find your wealth opportunities. Now, if you want to actually you want to become create a lot of results in quarter 4, this is the one you need to do. Everyone clear on this? Very simple, right? So if it's in the month, if it's in a month, then which means that now is a great time. Yeah, it's a great time for you to learn a skill, a new skill, so you can improve your performance either at your work or your business. That's where you can see opportunity coming from if you're in the month. Okay, so it's about learning. So you must ask yourself, what are the new skills that I can learn right now so I can contribute more either to your career or maybe to your business, right? So these are the things that you actually need to ask yourself, is it in the month? Okay, so the next one is on the day. So how many of you here, you discovered that your wealth element is in day? Type the word me. So if you're in the day, which means that if you're in the day, which means you can actually consider to start something like a home-based business or a side gigs, because the day always represent your home. You know, you can consider that, or internet-based business, home-based internet business at your home, right? Comfort at your home as a side gigs. Yeah, so these are the time if you're already thinking, want to become a coach, like a Patzer coach or whatever coach, then this could be the time you can see opportunities. Yeah, do it now. Okay, Sinwoon asks, how about appear in a small character? It doesn't matter, right? Whether it's big or small, or is it on top or bottom, the meaning is still the same. Okay, Sean Woon, yeah, this is what the answer for you. Okay, now the next one finally is in the hour, right? So in the hour pillar in Patzer represent investment, right? So if your earth element is in the hour pillar, so which means that right now is the time that you can actually spot a lot of opportunities in terms of investment. So if you want to study investment, how investment works, these are the great time to do it. Right, because you're able to spot a lot of opportunities. Doesn't mean that whatever you buy, you're going to make money. You know, you still need to learn the knowledge of investment, right? But now you're actually given more opportunities during these 3 months. So work harder on these 3 months. Okay. All right. You don't simply buy. Okay. It doesn't mean you simply buy, you can make money. It doesn't mean like that. It just say that there are more opportunities available to you. So you must acquire the art of investment, the knowledge of investment. Then only you decide, which one to buy. Okay, like a lot of you here asking, right? If you see in the month and the day, which one is more suitable to do it, whichever you want to do it, you just decide yourself. I know some of you have 4, right? All the 4 pillars also got earth element. Then how? Decide one. Yeah, so then you might ask, right? Which one I should decide? The one that you can do it easily, that maybe the skill you already know. For example, like you're already thinking to start your own home-based business and your earth element actually appearing on all the 4 pillars. Tell me which one you should select first. Of course, the one that is the one that you already planned, right? Because you only have 2 months or 3 months only, You don't want to do something that will take you another few years to learn it. By the time, the whole thing is gone, right? Do something that you can actually produce result the quickest. Okay. All right. Sun Pong Eng asks, can I only choose one? Of course, can choose everything, right? But as practical, I will always choose the most easiest one and the most fastest one. Okay, all right. So let's see here. Karen Mina say that there's no earth element in the hour, but water here. Does it help? It doesn't applicable on this reading here. Okay, so the answer is no. What is the difference between earth, stem, and branch in strategy? No, there's no difference. The meaning is still the same. Okay, if you have it, then you have it. If you don't, then you don't, right? So don't worry about that. Okay, so let me remind all of you here again. This one only applicable for when? Fourth quarter of 2020, this reading technique. Okay, because this is what this is all about, right? We want to, how do we actually grow ourselves in these 3 months? This is how we do it. Okay, are you guys enjoying this? Do you like this? Cool. Okay, all right. So this is the technique number 2. Wow, we just completed technique number 2. There are more to go. Okay, so some of you asked about luck pillar. We don't look at luck pillar for now because this one is a monthly thing, right? So it's quick. Luck pillar is 10 years, so we don't look at that. Okay, I hope you actually enjoy this. Okay, cool. Thank you. So the next one. Yeah, the next one. The first one we're talking about. Don't hope it will become better, so we take action. And then the second one, we're talking about the wealth source, how it's the fastest way you can generate wealth opportunity. And then the third thing here is maybe you don't, a lot of time, the way is not necessary you need to make money. Sometimes if we don't lose money, it's already considered good, right? Sometimes all of us here will make some foolish decision that actually make us lose more money. Don't you think so? So normally, all of us here are born intelligent, right? So, but the thing here is we still make some foolish mistake, right? When normally we make those stupid mistakes is when we are emotional or we are desperate. Do you guys agree? Otherwise, if we are stable, we are confident, then most of the time we're going to make a right decision. And a lot of our regret is when we make decision on desperate time or the moment we are very impulsive or very angry or we are not stable emotionally, right? So then, what if we can actually know, there are certain months that we need to pay more attention to. So let's look back on, let me show the chart again. This is what I call the third step. I want you also to know this one. The emo month. You know what is emo? Emo means emotional. So I do a hashtag emo here, right? This is the one that emotional one, right? So we also need to know. Sometimes maybe we are okay. We don't want to make more money, but at least we want to avoid making wrong decision that actually make us to lose money, right? We don't like that, correct or not, right? So now, how do we actually look into this part here, right? So let me explain to you how do you actually do this, because in the end here is about to close the fourth quarter strong. So let me show you the next slide here. So this one is the same diagram that I showed you just now, but I want you to look at a different perspective here. So let me explain to you what do I mean here. So we already know that this year is a year of rat, right? So do you see when the rat will appear again in the month? Is in the month of December, right? So it form a double rat. Do you see it here? Right, a whole year is already a yet, right? So when the red element will overlay is when we reach in the month of December, right? So this is called a red overlay on top of another red. So the red becomes super powerful this time. And some more, the year is red, it support the strength, right? So if you learn puzzle before, you know that what is the red always clash with? The red always clash with horse. Right, so this is the red element. The red always clash with the horse element. So if I ask you to tell me, right, so how do you know whether you're in a month that is emo? Your chart must have horse first. All right, in the month of, if your chart got the horse element on the month of December, this is the month we become super emotional for you. Right, it's a horse. So how, I think you know how to do that, right? In terms of your your parser chart, you know where's the horse. Let me see whether I got some charts or not that have horse element. Okay, I got one. Let me bring it to the screen right now. Okay, now this chart here. Hold on, let me just. Do you see a horse here? Right, you see another horse here? This person got 2 horse. So would you advise this person to make a lot of important decision in this month? No, we don't like that. Right, so if you have horse, so now check your chart first. Right, how many? Okay, some of you asked about the luck pillar. We don't care about the luck pillar for now, right? Because it's just a monthly influence. So just these 4 pillars. So, and some of you have the month, some of you in the day, some of you in the hour, right? In the year, doesn't matter, right? So now they have a clash, right? So which means that some part of you, yeah, you'll be worried, or maybe there's certain thing that trigger you, you know, you're emotionally, or you want to give up on something, or you feel it's too hard on your job, you know, maybe you want to resign. And don't do that. Yeah, if not, then maybe you regret later on, right? So the solution is very simple. If you have horse in the chart, you want to know the solution, just relax. Okay? Stay calm, relax. Because the rat and the horse clash here, this is what we call unrest clash. You know, you feel unrest, you feel emotional, you feel you're not peaceful. Yeah, this type of clash is very emotional. So as long you don't make important decision, or if you need to make an important decision, and therefore you need to really calm down yourself, and then only you make that decision. Okay, so because sometimes we cannot avoid, right? Certain decision need to make during that month, especially in your work, right? So some of the major decision, if you are required to make those decision, make sure emotionally you're fine, or give yourself some time to calm down and then evaluate all the factors before you make a decision. Yeah, this will happen on the month of December for you. Okay, so therefore just now I actually hashtag it as what? Emo month. Right, so you need to check on that. Okay, just one month, right? So if you're in that month, you're very emotional, and then some people, right, a lot of time we regret saying something. How many of you here actually say something stupid, and then later on, a few hours from then, you say, I shouldn't say this, right? The thing is that this, when you hurt someone physically, the wound can heal, right? But sometimes when you say something accidentally or say the wrong things, especially, it's very hard for you to take it back. Don't you think so? A wrong word can destroy a 10 years relationship just by simply saying something wrong, right? So therefore, in this month here, you know, stay calm, you know, and then aware of your emotion. Yeah, if you discover that you're not so, or maybe you're angry, you know, all those things here, do something to calm down yourself. You know, go for holiday. Or, of course, right now some of the places you cannot go out. Maybe practice yoga, you know, or something. Calm yourself, watch funny movie, do whatever it takes, or relax. Yeah, remind yourself on that. Then very soon the month will be over. Then you're fine again. Okay, but if you really need to make a decision, what are you going to do? Aware that asking yourself, is right now you are stable or not, right? You're collected or not. Yeah, if you're stable, you're peaceful, you're calm, then it's fine. Okay, if you're not, then calm down yourself first. It's just like last time, right? Last time when I actually worked for like a corporate, so sometimes I'm so angry with my colleague, right? And then suddenly I type a very long email, right? And then after you click the send button, then only you realize that, you know, how stupid you are after a day after. How many of you experienced that before? You send a very long email, you're scolding someone, and after one day you feel regret on it, because you feel, I feel that, you know, I'm so emotional, I feel stupid to write such a thing, right? So if you're in that month, you're like that, then if you're angry with someone, you are okay to type the email out, it's fine. The thing here is you just don't click the send button. Yeah, wait for one day first. After one day, if you still see the need to send it, then only you click send. But most of the time you won't, right? Because the emotion already passed. right? So yeah, I see a lot of people also experience that before, right? Yeah, so now no matter how, because that time you feel that it's the most right thing to do, you must send it, right? You want to feel better, right? You want to actually scold someone, yeah, that deserve to be scolded, right? So all this thing here, but after one day, then I realize, I shouldn't do that. So if you had a horse and the rat clash, then you might actually encounter those incidents. Okay, so sometimes this thing doesn't happen in your chart. It also happen in your spouse chart, right? So you can remind them as well, right? During this month, yeah, you'll be a bit emotional. Then what you need to do, don't ask them to change, because an emotional person don't know they're emotional. If you know your spouse is emotional, what you should do? One eye closed. Okay, now, right? You become more, I would say, more compassion. Yeah, that's the purpose you learn Bazi, right? Yeah, so maybe you know that this month your spouse a bit emotional is fine. Yeah, let your spouse let out her or his emotion out, and you know that this one will pass. Okay, all right. So this is the third step. Yeah, avoid the emo moment. Cool. So that's the benefit of you learning Bazi, right? You can actually plan it, know what to do for this fourth quarter here. Okay, all right. So are you ready for number 4 or not? Step number 4. Okay, all right, cool. So if you're ready, so let me show you the chart here. Number 4 is something we talk about. Once now we know to skip the E moment, we also can use the month energy to improve our internal energy. Don't you think it's cool? Right? Because a lot of time, the moment we have high energy, we feel better. Then we are become less emotional, right? We can actually able to think clearly, and then we're able to find solution on every problem. But if our energy level is low, we will play a victim mentality. Everything we see, it seems like everything is against us. Everything are conspire, to make us become worse. So this is about energy, right? Think about this. There's a certain time in your life here, your energy is very high. Normally, it's when you are almost fall in love, right? During your courting stage or dating stage. That one is you have this high energy, right? After married, might not be high energy. That one is another topic we can talk about later. But most of the time, the high energy is not happen after marriage, right? It's happened during the dating time, when your spouse actually telling you they are willing to fly to the moon and then plot you the skies. And the worst thing is you believe it, right? Yeah, that's the time, right? Your energy level is high, everything is cool, right? You're happy, you feel like you can change the world. Yeah, so that time, you feel like you're invisible, right? Everything is so good. So, but if those energy, if you bring that energy consistently on your work, don't you think your work also improve? Right? Even your boss scold you, you're fine one, because the energy is so good. For example, like a day before you go for vacation, let's say you already plan to go to your dream vacation, and the day is on tomorrow. So a day before you go to work to pack your things up, and then what if that day your boss scold you? How would you feel that time? Then it's fine, right? Because tomorrow go for holiday, just go whatever you want. You have a good mood right now. The same event, what if it's happened on the day you return from vacation and you need to go to work again? You spend all your money, your vacation time are actually used up, holiday is used up, and then now you need to go back to work, and then your boss scold you. And it's on Monday morning, the Black Monday. Same event, you might feel differently, right? That time you feel very bad, you feel very depressed, right? So what is the difference here? Same event, but different energy level, right? So therefore, don't you think it's our responsibility to actually ensure that our energy level is high most of the time, so we can make a lot of things happen? So this is what this topic is about, right? Tapping to prosperous energy. So since right now we are talking about fourth quarter, I'm going to use the energy map for this month, October. So let me show you the chart here. So this is achievement chart. Yeah, this is not your achievement chart. This is the monthly achievement chart. So, and as the date indicate here, right? So is the date indicate here is here, right? October to November 6th. Yeah, so this is a chance here. So now, whenever we're talking about a energy, a lot got to do with this door here called live door. You see a live door here. So do you realize that in this door here, this box here is quite a good box? How do you know it's a good box? You see there's a red color here. So it's a red color, right? Live door represent energy. And then you got this thing fire, also a good element. It's a 3 noble. And then also 9 heaven. 9 heaven also good, right? 9 heaven represent good luck. So don't you think this box is good? And then pillar also represent ability to speak. So if you want to actually enhance your ability to speak, to sell, I want to become or maybe a happier person. So this sector here will be very, very beneficial for you, right? So how do you do this? Yeah, how do you actually make use of this sector? So you want to know where is this sector located. So this sectors here located in the north. You see a north here. So which means that if you want to, you can do this every morning. So when you actually wake up, you just sit down and then you just relax yourself. Of course, in the morning, it's very easier for you to relax because nothing happened yet. So just sit down back to the north, and then you just close your eyes for like just 1 minute. And then you visualize, just close your eyes and visualize that your energy increase. Yeah, internally, there's an energy burst of energy, and then you fill up your whole body with energy. Yeah, so because the 9 heaven here represent visualization, so you need to visualize it, right? And then the pillar also represent ability to speak. So you can actually make another wish here. Instead of increasing your energy, you also want to improve your ability to speak, ability to sell, and the ability to influence others, right? You might think, right, I'm not a salesperson, why I need to learn how to sell? But you realize that all of us here are doing selling all the time. Don't you think so? Every time you ask your spouse to listen to you, right, you are actually selling. Yeah, you're selling your idea is the right idea. If you want to, don't you think when you want to control your team, your staff, also a form of selling? Otherwise, the staff won't listen to you. Right? So let's say you want to propose, get someone to marry you. Don't you think that one also requires selling skill? If you go for an interview for a new job, that one also selling skill. You need to convince that interviewer you are the right person to hire. So basically, everyone needs selling skill, right? So therefore, if you discover that is the area you're lacking of, so this month, right, is a great month to do it. Just back to this direction, just visualize you're already a great speaker or influencer. Okay, so why is good? Because this time here is a 6 star. 6 star here is very, very powerful. It's very good for manifestation. And one more thing here, this Yijic hexagram is an influence hexagram. You see the word influence here? Yeah, since this influence, as the name implies, also represent influence skill. Okay, don't you think all the right star converge on one places here? So therefore, use this sector for this one. Oh, so when is the expiry date? November the 6th. So now you still have a lot of ample of time doing that. Okay, cool. Right, do that. And then now, among all the days, right, shall I give you one date is the most powerful one? Yeah, so you can actually select 27th of October, to actually make a wish. Yeah, among all the dates, of course, you can do it anytime you want between October 8th until November 6th. But if you want to choose one of the powerful dates ever for manifestation, I would say that you can choose 27th of October. It's a great date to do that. Okay, mark on your calendar right now. If you forget about everything else I told you since the beginning of this webinar, you must remember this. Yeah, so this one able to actually help you to close the quarter strong, right? Because now you have more energy, and then you're also a great influencer. You're more confident. right? So this is a good thing here. Okay, cool. So now, the next one. Someone asked about what the time. Doesn't matter what's the time, right? So as long as within the day, you do it, you back to the north direction, then you're fine. You don't need to look for the sector, right? So it's about direction, which means you can do it anywhere you want. Okay, mailing us, is there a time? Don't care about the time, right? Just look at 27 October, it's good to go. Okay, all right. So now, this leads us to the final part here. So this one is about forward thinking. I think this is very important because everything we do right now, we have some effect in the future, right? So for example, like you're taking care of your health, so you can improve your immunity, to certain health problems, and then also you can live longer, right? So don't you think all of us here need to plan forward? Although we're talking about we need to actually become better in this 3 months here, but eventually whatever we want to, if we want to thrive in long run, we also need to plan for long term as well. All right, so at least not long like 10 years from now. I'm talking about like another year, right? Like 2022 going to arrive soon, whether you like it or not. So therefore, we also need to actually have something planned right now so we can take benefit on 2020. Do you guys agree? Right? So therefore, we call this very important. The fifth point here is about forward thinking, right? So which means that you have the ability to think long term. Yeah, you are not actually distracted by the short term gratification. That's why you see all the successful people. The reason they're successful is not because they are more intelligent than you. It's because they have a long term thinking. Where else a lot of people only focus on short term, right? Making money. But for them, how do they grow in long term? Right? I say a year from ahead right now is good. Yeah, 1 year. Okay, so in order to look at 1 year ahead, let me show you. The next slide here is the bar chart, right? The bar chart of and by the way, someone just now, before I do this, someone asked about this chart here. Where do I get this? This one is actually, I take it out from the Thrive report. Someone asked just now. Yeah, so this is the one, the Thrive report is here. This is the one that we derive from there because the Thrive report actually printed out every month the achievement energy as well, part of it, right? So therefore, actually, when I look at this screen here, let me show you this. These are, this one. Yeah, this one is the Thrive report. I think a lot of you here actually got your Thrive report for last year, right? So it contains your barter chart, your customized information, and also every month analysis. So actually, I take it out from there. Right? You want to look for the details, then you can look back at your Thrive report. Okay, all right, cool. I hope that answered your question. So now let's look at the fifth part here, which we talk about the forward thinking. Okay, this is the forward thinking, right? So let's look at the next year chart. This is a 2021 barter chart. So if you look at the chart here, this one is the energy for 2021, right? So what do you see here? Do you see a lot of water again? Okay. Do you see a water here? You see a water here? You see a water? Water is strong, right? And then you see a metal and metal here, and all metal will produce water. So it strengthens further the water element. Okay. So I know a lot of you here notice there's a clash. Okay, it's fine. Yeah, so some of you realize that. And then now let's look at the wealth element of the year. Since this day is a water, so therefore all the fire element represent the wealth. So do you see the wealth element here? Now this is fire, right? This is one fire element here. Do you see it here? Okay, all right. So now, let me just clear this drawing again. Let me just draw so it's easier for you to understand. So since the wealth element is here, and this is the day represent people. So, and this one also water. So this one also water, right? Same element. Don't you think that a lot of water fighting for one piece of wealth element? Do you see that? Do you see this image or not? All water fighting for one piece of this information here, the wealth. So you can, from this image, you really know that competition is high. Right? Because there are only limited money outside and then a lot of competitor fighting with you. So is it a tough year to make money? Yes. Right? Then you might ask, right? Then what if there's also another fire element here. But think about this. This yang fire is a fire of the sun. The fire of the sun only bright on when? Only bright on daytime, right? So think about this. This hour is what hour? Yeah, this is nighttime. So this pink fire is weak. And some more, the sin metal here combines away, no more become water. And the moment the yang fire going up, also combine with this sin metal, become water again. Okay, so the only element that is usable for wealth is this one, right? The thing fire here. But there are so many elements here fighting for this single piece of wealth. So competition is high. If you're not good enough, right, because it's so competitive, it'll be hard for you. And then furthermore, the rat and the horse is a clash. So is the wealth element stable or not? It's not stable. Right? So from this here, tell me, is the economy outlook good or not? Overall, right? Just look at the explanation I tell you. Is the wealth element stable? No. Right? Which means that a lot of people will lose their job because there's not enough job for everyone. Yeah, so the thing here is not to frighten everyone here, right? Because the goal of us learning Chinese metaphysics is to actually know how, because this is just overall the global situation, right? Tell me, every year, despite the economy is bad, are there people are still making a lot of money or not? Yes, they are, right? There are some people are still thriving. Even on this year, a lot of people lost their job. There are some people is still thriving, right? So who say you cannot become those people? Right? You can be the one that actually become the winner every year, right? So yeah, this is a point I try to tell you here, right? So the reason we learn Chinese metaphysics is to achieve this, right? You know, how do we take advantage of the year, right? You know that the year generally is bad, but there are some group of people who are able to take benefit of it, right? And then they'll be thrive, and then they can provide sufficient resources to their family. Okay, so how do we do this? So if you actually are interested or to actually make 2021 a great year for you, so I would like you to pay attention because Dato Joey Yap, right, going to actually share with you precisely how do you actually thrive on 2021, right? So it means that you come with your dreams and then you live with a plan. Yeah. So the whole game here is to give you a success plan to actually thrive in 2021. And all this while here, if you want to attend this program, we conduct this program annually. It's a SOAR event. And before this, we only do it, you need to travel to our country to do it previously, right? But this time, due to the pandemic, everyone cannot travel. So this is a time you're able to enjoy Thrive 2021 via online, which means that at the comfort from your doorstep, yeah, you can actually attend this. And it's a live stream, and it's a 3 days event conducted by Dato Joey. And the date here will be 7 to 9 of November 2020. Right, so I know that a lot of you are already joining, but some of you here this is the first time you heard about this. This is the chance for you to learn all the strategy, all the plan to thrive on 2021, right? And normally this and then what is the investment for this? Only for USD 197, right? If you look at all our previous price of a live event are much more higher than this, but now since you are doing this online and would like to encourage more of you to actually attend this, then this one would be the price for you, right? And for all the those already enroll, or some of you that going to enroll today, then you actually able to get this Thrive report, right? So this is a personalized Thrive report for 2021 for you. So based on your parter chart, you give you a personalized time report for you, right? So all your parter chart every month, what is achievement energy, and also the date selection, what are the good dates for you for the whole year, so you can plan the whole year ahead. Yeah, you can actually achieve a lot of results by actually choosing the good dates. This is for all the people that enroll for this Thrive 2021. So are you guys interested to attend this or not? I know that a lot of you here already signed up for this. So if some of you here are thinking on this and you want to actually join us on this, this is the link here. You can actually type on there's a link shown on the screen as well in the blue box there. Or if you want to, you can actually also scan the QR code here or type the link as shown on the screen. So whatever will get you to the enrollment page, right? So all you need to do to enroll, to secure your seats, then you just mark your calendar on 7 to 9 of November, and I'm sure that you're able to enjoy this and benefit from this program tremendously. Okay. All right. So I hope you actually enjoy this program, this short webinar here that we conducted for the last 2 hours. Yeah, the 5 ways here to actually understand how do you actually close the quarter strong, right? I hope that in one way or another, this information able to help you to maybe to trigger certain awareness or inspire you to do something different. Yeah, so you can create a strong quarter for 2020. And don't let it stop. Yeah, bring this momentum forward to 2021. Okay. All right. So thank you. Yeah, thank you all of you here. And I wish all of you here have a healthy and a prosperous life. Till I see you again, I'm Iverson. Keep in touch.